Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Greg with Engaging History. Today we're going to look at a comic strip activity that can be used in the classroom. This one is for the Donner Party. But first, let's look at our quote of the week. If you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it well enough. That's from Albert Einstein, and that is applicable to both teachers and students. Remember, we study history to understand our world, avoid past mistakes, and appreciate other cultures. And as always, this lesson is aimed to be both fun and challenging for students. A comic strip activity is a wonderful way for students to organize or summarize a historical event. The way I have organized this comic strip activity is that I have created 8 boxes, and each one will tell a part of the story of the Donner Party. There are 2 ways you could start this activity. One is just to hand a blank piece of paper to your students and ask them to fold it into 8 squares. A second way is the resource I have provided and linked on the bottom actually has a pre-made printout that looks like the one on the screen here. What I ask of my students is that at some point by the end of the comic strip activity, they will have used all of the key terms that are listed on the left. As the teacher, you control the pace of the lesson and you move on from one box to the next when you are ready, when your students are ready. What I want to do is show you one example of filling out one of these boxes. We're actually going to jump to box 5. So first there's an informational slide. It says, as the season turned to fall, there was less grass for the animals to eat and they became very weak. On multiple occasions, Native Americans stole or killed some of the cattle and horses, sometimes killing and stealing dozens at a time. A 70-year-old man was left to die after being forced to walk. Many families who lost horses and oxen were forced to abandon their wagons. Food supplies were running dangerously low. Others were forced to walk and were dehydrated and starving. So there's the information. Back to the comic strip. What I would often do for students is model some ideas or talk through what we could draw. In this case, for box 5, I drew a cow and a person, both crossed out to indicate that they were dying. And then I wrote a piece of text underneath it, a caption that says, livestock and people die along the California Trail. That uses one of the key terms as well. So you get the idea. By the end, students have turned their blank piece of paper into a story that tells the story of the Donner Party. Thanks for watching. Take a minute to like and subscribe. I will link this lesson as well as several others below.